Thanks for joining me after it finished at Molineux. Wolves 0, Newcastle 0 on the 18th of January 2026. And if you're going to put a positive spin on it, you'd say that's 5 games unbeaten. Second clean sheet of the season. And I suppose it's a bit of a change from the way we started the season. But even though it was against Newcastle, who were pushing for the top 4, the Champions League places, they went into the game 6th and really desperate for a win. You can't be content with the draw, even though it's a good achievement. But we really need a win, and you'd obviously take 3 points, because where we are, we're 6 points behind the nearest team, Burnley, and 14 points shy of Nottingham Forest, who are the nearest team to us in safety. But the starting 11 showed one change from the last league match, and that was Arias was rested. He was put to the bench, and Andre came in. The starting 11 was Sarr, Chachua, Mosquera, Krejci, Hugo Bueno, Santiago Bueno, Andre, Gomez, Wang and Tolu. And also back today after the AFCON was Agbadou. He was on the bench, and you could say in the first half we gave as good as we got. They had Walter Maid, who scored the winner against us in September on his debut in the first game at St James's Park. He had a couple of headers just over, but we had a couple of good breaks. There was Gerson Mosquera, showed a lot of power and pace in bringing the ball out of defence, and there was a great ball by Mane, but maybe fizzed it a bit too hard for Tolu. He couldn't quite get it under control, and the chances went a begging. But the second half, because Newcastle, if they'd won, they would have gone only 1 point behind Liverpool. They were really pushing us. They didn't. Sarr didn't have a lot of saves to make. In the first half, you wish that Sarr would catch the ball sometimes instead of punching it, because it would take some of the pressure off the defence. But that's his style. I don't know if we're looking for, we're in the market for a goalkeeper this month. But in the 70th minute, Arias came on for João Gomes. João Gomes put a shift in, and João Gomes played really well without being absolutely outstanding. And Arias came on, and he looked fairly solid, but they were pushing for the win because they know they need it. A draw really is no good for both teams. Again, Mosquera was booked 77th minute. It was his 7th booking of the season. I thought he took the ball, but unfortunately he took the man as well. And from the resulting kick, Trippier shot the free kick just a bit wide. Rodrigo Gomez, it was good to see him come on for Wang, and he had a tremendous break, and he was cynically challenged, cynically fouled by Botman, who took one for the team, who stuck his leg out and just for good measure stuck his shoulder out. So if the leg didn't stop him, then the shoulder would. But as I say, if you're putting a positive spin on it, it's 5 unbeaten, which is good. After the season we've had, we're now up to 8 points. A win, a next win, wherever that is going to be, would take us equal with Derby. But we're not looking at that. We're looking to try and close the gap on Burnley and climb up the table. But yeah, it was a pretty bad weekend, because Burnley, they drew at Anfield, surprisingly. West Ham, they won at Spurs, because we beat them comfortably 3-0. So you could say that Spurs must be a poor side if they lost at home against West Ham. Nottingham Forest drew with the leaders Arsenal, and Leeds, they had a late win. So all in all, it was a pretty bad weekend. But yeah, we'd usually you take a point against Newcastle, but we're still stranded at the bottom, 6 points adrift. But the next game, it's not any easier. I believe it's away at Man City next Saturday, and it's almost like a free hit because Man City have come off the rails a bit recently, and they've allowed Arsenal to go 7 points clear of them. So they'll be the wounded animal. But having said that, they lost yesterday against Man United 2-0. Man United had one disallowed and hit the woodwork a couple of times. But Man City also have a game in the Champions League in midweek, so we hope it's 120 minutes and they can pick up a couple of sneaky injuries. But yeah, it finished here 0-0, and yeah, whatever happens, we'll keep supporting the Wolves. But yeah, nothing's happened in the transfer market yet. What's his name, Molineux, he's gone out on loan, and there's Besiktas, they're interested in Agbadou as well, but we'll see what happens in the next week. Thanks for joining me, and up the Wolves.